So last we left off, you guys had decided to take a little bit of downtime. You played the drinking game. What the fuck is up with that? Learned a bit more about each other and Ichiri, who was also in the room for it. um, uh, Demir spilled her guts just a little, which is nice. Unusual. And then from there, once everyone was good and hammered, Demir and Tobias went out to the graveyard that is on your property, and practiced flying a little bit with Tobias's owlbear form. From there, the next day, everyone, for the most part, kind of coupled off. Lish and Tobias went into town together and ended up seeing one of the performances that was being put on. Aaron was also there in different row, different section, with the pattern dancer that caught his eye. Demir and Levy also went on their own little date, kind of window shopping together and going out to lunch. All around a wonderful time. At home, Valkyria was out front chopping wood as a way to blow off steam, while Hawk was attempting not to blow himself up when dismantling a gun. The second time's the charm, maybe. You still broke it a little, but it's fine. And that is where we are picking up. Hawk, while you are trying to figure out the mechanisms of the gun, your resident ghost, Esme, appears in the room, and she looks a little worried and points upstairs.
Okay. He's going to grab his weapon just in case. Keep that sheathed at his side, and then start walking up.
Okay. Are you taking a stealthy approach, or are you just...
I mean, we know how stealth usually goes, so I don't think it's even worth a shot.
I mean, okay.
Let's try anyway. The worst that happens is that I do what I would have done anyway. Yep, sure enough, that's an 8. Oh wait, no, I actually get disadvantage because I remembered what type of armor I'm wearing. Or rather, what specific armor I'm wearing. Yeah, that's still an 8.
Okay. You head upstairs, and you would know that the room directly above yours, in the house, is that of the children. You know that the twins are at school at this time of day. Levy made sure to enroll them in everyone else's absence. The door is shut to their room.
Is Esme still around?
Esme disappeared after she got your attention.
I don't know if they would like close their doors after leaving, though. That's the thing. If Esme's concerned, it's probably the children, though, so I will peek into the door.
Okay. You don't listen in or anything first?
Well, I mean, I rolled an 8 on stealth. So well, I'll try to listen in. Sure.
Okay.
Listen for
Roll,
anything, perhaps.
roll a perception check.
All right. Thankfully, I found my dice before I even started rolling it, so I actually caught it. It's D20, it's 9. I think I
9.
should have test rolled my dice first.
You don't hear anything inside, but you don't think that Esme would have gotten your attention for no reason.
Now we'll crack open the door.
Okay. You crack open the door, and the first thing you see is just items belonging to the children just kind of strewn all over the floor. There are a couple of books that look like have just been tossed haphazardly to the side. And you can see like a little wooden lyre and a couple of wooden swords just kind of tossed onto the floor. Next thing you notice is an arrow striking right next to your head. You can see an elvish woman, familiar to you, but with shorter hair than when you knew her, with her bow pointed at you, and she looks irritated and almost disappointed as Rosania says, here I was hoping this would be clean. That was a warning shot, if you couldn't tell. I suggest you shut the door, maybe leave the house, and pretend you didn't see anything. You're not the one I'm after here.
We're going to be bold today. He's going to respond in Sylvan. Then what are you after, Rosania?
Her eyes kind of narrow at you. Are you aware that you're harboring 2 thieves in this home?
Fortunately, yes.
That saves me time then.
So what is it then? Are you here to collect? To take them back?
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, good thing for the advantage. Okay. 21.
21. I am here representing an organization that does not take kindly to being cut out of deals. The thieves that you're harboring owe us a great deal. I am here to collect what is owed with interest and remind the 2 of them what they agreed to.
And I take it you can't share that with me.
They're what exactly?
What they owe.
The good go to the king.
Sorry, what now?
The goods go to the king.
The goods go to the king. Okay. You really expect them to have found anything?
Big house. And, if they haven't, there are other ways that we can collect payment. Let this be a warning to you and those who reside here.
You're not even wondering how I know your name, do you?
Roll an insight
Other
check.
Orion. Insight. Math. 13.
13.
13.
You can, yeah, you can see that she was rather taken aback by the fact that you knew her name, but she is here on a job.
How about we strike a deal? A small one. I will close the store, and I'll pass on your warning, and I'll let you try and find what you came here for. If you meet me when you're not busy. There's something I'd like to discuss.
Roll a persuasion check.
These numbers are really hard to read in this light. Need to get something better lighting over here. 19.
19. Very well. And where are you intending to meet?
Someplace quiet where maybe people aren't going to go looking. How about the Manor Graveyard?
Out in the fields east of here, there's a small shrine for a battle that took place long ago. We can meet there.
Tonight or tomorrow morning?
Tonight.
Tonight. He'll wish her farewell in Elvish and close the door.
Okay. Do you head back to your room?
Yes, there's still tinkering to be done.
Cool. So while you're tinkering, Rosania steals about 2,000 worth of gold of goods from the house.
Well, I'm going to be replacing that. Honor bound. Okay.
All right. So those of you that were on dates in town eventually come back. You find various things have gone missing around the house, such as paintings, or if any magical items were just left in your rooms or out in the open. um, books were
I'm not
taken.
I'm not gonna duel her in the middle of the house. It's just gonna go poorly. And also like incapacitating someone out to collect more ire from the King of Crowns. So
Killer.
I'm willing to like eviscerate my own wallet to make sure that we're not in more trouble.
Right? Yeah, you guys come back to find like a bunch of things missing. You can see Esme looks pissed.
What the fuck?
Esme, what happened?
Esme, who is nonverbal, given that her specific flavor of undead, she just looks kind of irritated and is kind of like pacing back and forth in the foyer.
If Lish is home, he can translate for her.
All she says, she mouths, Lish, is a woman broken upstairs.
A woman broken upstairs. Where the fuck was Vulcan Hawk? And Sniv, where the fuck? Does Esme know where Hawk and Volk are right now?
Volk probably, I think.
Volk probably came in with you guys.
Oh, okay. Lish looks at you like, what the fuck?
I was outside chopping wood.
You didn't hear the rummaging?
You didn't notice?
No, I did not.
Where is Hawk? Is he also standing right here?
He's probably like, if he heard everyone come in, he's probably making his way towards the foyer with like a large bag of gold.
A large sack.
You can see that Hawk is also like still slightly blown up from earlier.
Yes, yeah, there's definitely still like charred bits on his clothing.
What the fuck is up with that?
What the fuck is up with that? No. The drinking game already ended, Lish. It was hours ago at this point.
I pull out my gun.
I pull out mine. It doesn't fire because I broke it.
What the fuck?
You're muted. What the fuck? So it turns out our problems are not going to wait for us to solve them. Not only did the King of Crowns send someone to collect for Echo and Egress, but that some...
King of Cut Purses.
Close enough. Not only did the King of Cut Purses send someone to collect, but it was Rosania.
Oh, dang.
Okay. So you just let her steal from us because she's your friend?
I let her steal from us because I would rather not risk a missing agent get us an even more hot water than we already are. Rather, a third one.
Why didn't you just
let her steal from us?
Yeah, why didn't you just pay the woman?
That's a good point.
No one's going to be able to get those teacups back.
Well, that's what this is for. Because I know it wasn't the perfect thing to do. And he sort of like jostles the bag.
What did she even want?
She didn't say. The implication was that Echo and Egress have been tasked, perhaps, with collecting things themselves. It's probably what we found them doing in the first place. And she has come to remind them what they're supposed to be doing.
So you just let her come in here, intimidate our children, and steal from us?
They weren't home. And also, I didn't know she entered in the first place. I only knew once she was already rifling through their things. I thought that she'd be happy with whatever they might have stowed away in their room, but I was wrong.
My God.
Stuff.
If it's
What
any
kind of
consolation, I'm sure we'll
mailbox?
see your teacups again, because I'm not letting that man live.
You're going to kill the King of Cut Purses. You.
I'd say everyone here has stakes in it, considering
He's only a man. We've killed men before.
You let her steal from us so we would all have skin in the game.
no, that's not.
God. It's not an awful plan.
I would have
That
gone
wasn't the
without
intention.
that.
It was a lapse in judgment. I may not be organic.
Hawk, are you still drunk?
He's sort of just like you get the feeling of a scowl, even though he doesn't have eyelids or eyebrows.
He is
No,
not.
I think it's a legitimate question that Aaron just asked.
Hawk is not the only person who has made a lapse in judgment who is currently standing in this entryway.
Demir is just going to go up to her room and try and figure out what was stolen.
Some nice curtains that were taken.
God. She's got good
Deported, you know.
The nice tapestries, motherfucker.
On the
You know,
bright
taking
side, we'll
it-
be able to air grievances with her directly because I've arranged for her to meet us at a shrine east of here. Because I want to know what's going on. Exactly.
What exactly is your intent? You want to talk to her? Why?
Because I want to know if I can save her.
Save her?
I might have mentioned before, I don't know if I have, you might not even remember, but she disappeared one day after handing off basically everything to me. Does that not sound an awful lot like suicide?
Did she act like she knew you? Or was she out of time?
Well, Hawk doesn't exist
If
yet.
anything, I am out of time.
Yeah.
So, but this is still, okay, this is the past for you. So, in theory, she doesn't even know who you are.
No, she doesn't.
Oh.
She knows I know her name, at least. I'm not saying that who I am will hold any sway over who she is, but if there is a chance that I can prevent her from disappearing, perhaps from neglection of duty, disappearing even, I'm
Yeah.
going to take it.
Can't fault him for that.
And this same man is threatening the very children that Levy wants to protect.
Perhaps the King of Cut Purses caught up with her in the future.
Yes, exactly.
If you're talking to her, ask her too about the kids. There's
I want-
anything to be done
I
there.
want to know what exactly, to the best of what we can gather, that Echo and Egress have gotten themselves into so that we can get them out. And I want to do the same for Rosania, if at all possible.
If y'all are gonna go chasing after this lady, I'm gonna stay behind with the kids just in case. I don't trust that she's not gonna set up like an ambush or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That is a reasonable concern.
I'm sorry that I handled it incorrectly. But it was that spur of the moment with a bow pointed at me the moment I opened the door. It was the best thing I could think of.
They're just things. People are what's important.
Yeah.
And there's a chance that we can see those things again.
Chance better still. Hopefully we can hold on to our people.
Out of character, Avery has a good point.
Well, my counterpoint for Avery's point is, weren't the space queers home?
Didn't we
They
I don't know if we should do anything.
were exploring.
Are the space queers still there? Did they get stolen?
No, and nor did Eitri. Eitri was in town, not on a date, but looking for magical curios because he's a fucking nerd. Space queers were walking around the area and talking to each other in their language. Like every now and then, Volk, you could see them.
Okay. So we should take inventory of what's missing from the house.
For sure.
And if anything truly important is missing, I will pay for a replacement.
Yeah, and mostly just things that looked valuable around the house. If anyone had left any magical items behind, such as ones that they weren't attuned to, those would have been collected. The thing, she went after things that were expensive but can be replaced. Might take time to replace them, but you know.
I assume that. So Demir is checking because I think that she probably would have left her bread stuff behind, but that's probably low enough value that it didn't get snatched.
It's like a pretty niche kind of thing. She'd probably leave it alone.
Also, would she be able to recognize that it is worth money?
I mean, Marhaban bread making isn't exactly a popular craft over in Saya, I would imagine.
No. And I mean, like, unless you know what you're looking at, it probably doesn't look like. I mean, they're used, so it's not like they're ornamental or anything like that.
So I take it when we have this meeting with her, we're gonna go in kind.
I'd rather not give her a reason to open fire on us immediately, yes. And if it is an ambush, then we fight back. That said, don't come unarmed.
Demir will come in with her little clipboard full of everything that has been stolen or misplaced from the house.
Hawk just sort of sighs as she probably comes in behind him and just like passes over the fat sack of gold and platinum.
Well, is she expecting a meeting with all of us or just you? If she's only expecting you, I don't imagine she'll stick around for a large group.
That much wasn't arranged. It's possible she's only expecting me, but I never said anything about it only being me.
But we could also invisible ourselves or transform ourselves if we needed to.
That might be a better idea. If she's intending to ambush me, then having an ambush of my own would probably be a nice surprise.
And having one of us directly with you wouldn't be too much to raise any concerns, as it were.
Be sure to think of anything else you might need to know.
Well, she is your friend. You know her abilities the best.
She doesn't know me, but yes.
Okay, what can you tell us about her? Give us an advantage since you have one.
She was my initial mentor. She taught me arcane archery, so she's likely going to be using that. There's no telling what tricks exactly she'll know or have prepared for us, but we'll only know when she actually lands a blow.
Does it require a verbal component?
Let me double check. Actually, I think it does, but I'm not sure. Classes: fighter, arcane archer. Because I would know this.
Exactly.
There's nothing said about verbal components. I used them for flavor, but it doesn't appear to be explicitly mentioned in the arcane shot feature. So
If it
the
isn't
answer
required,
the answer would be not that I know of.
fair enough. Do we have a plan of how to contain her if need be?
I have my ways. I know a couple spells. Any backup would be appreciated on that front, though, because there's no guarantee that it would actually hold, you know?
You know, hold persons, charms persons, yada yada.
Well, mine are mostly charms. I don't know any actual seizing magic.
Wait a second. Isn't this person an elf?
She is an elf, yeah.
Don't elves have advantages against charms?
Good point.
Turns to look at elf.
No, what are you talking about?
It would explain how he was able to say no to Demir.
Well, if it ain't one thing, it's another.
Okay.
If she does run, I can at least find her. So
Try to find her or actually find her.
I found you twice.
And you are
Over how
about as
long,
wily as it
though?
comes.
Fair enough, but I'm just saying. Since she's already gone through all of our stuff, there's no real reason for her to stick around. Since you've let her go once already,
Don't.
who's to say she'll come to this meeting?
I know she will.
You think she will?
I'm not having this, Demir.
Well, it's your funeral. She's your friend.
If Eitri were under the thrall of the King of Cutpurses, would you do anything to save him?
He's clever. He can figure his own way out. I have faith in him. Do you have any faith in your friend?
Considering I literally observed every sign under the stars that she killed herself to escape his clutches, no. She is not
Do you
free from
even
him
know
in
that
10
for
years.
sure? Or did she just want you to think that? Did you know her at all? After all, you didn't even
Shut
know
up!
about her involvement in the King of Cut Purses until today.
Hawk draws a sword.
I think it's fair to ask these questions. Since you let her in, let her do whatever.
I already admitted my mistake. You do not need to raise me even further for something I already know was foolish. Let it go.
Our house has been stalked. Our children have been stalked. And
And
if
I am
you're
seeking to put an end to it.
She's not the only component of this.
I know that. I'm looking for a lead. I'm looking for any way at all to get to that man and put an end to what he's doing to her, what he's doing to the children, what he's doing to us. This problem will not go away if I ignore it. Surely you realize that.
I am well aware of that.
Then do not chide me for trying to do what I think is right.
At this point, Valk steps forwards and kind of wraps her hand around Hawk's blade and lowers it, and just points at Demir, just like, no. What's done is done. All we can do is agree on how to move forwards, and don't start with the bullshit.
What bullshit? I don't like it when someone steals from us.
I don't like it either.
When someone threatens and disrupts us and disrespects us in our own home.
Why do you think I arranged a meeting with her in the first place?
Well, Hawk not just paying her off was a faux pas. This meeting is a boon. And you'd be dumb not to acknowledge that.
It's an inroad.
And we have an additional opportunity because the pattern dancers are also masters of stealth. Perhaps we can get more information than she is willing to part with.
Possibly. I don't want her to get away. That's all. Either she's brought in, or we finish it. And then we can bring her back anytime you want, Hawk, for questioning. Does that sound fair?
Depends on what you mean. I'm trying to avoid her death. If you're going to guarantee it, then we're going to have problems.
Either she comes with us, or we put an end to it. Like I said, we can bring her back. In fact, I'll put my money on it.
You know, that's actually not a bad way to disappear.
To fake her death, but to make it a real death.
And then reincarnate
That's
as
the idea.
literally someone else.
I mean, the King of Cutpurse's deal probably extends only to death, or is it past death, even that would hold?
Used to say that he doesn't have a means to revive people himself.
These are questions that we do not have answers to.
But we could.
And if Rosanie
Rosamund.
became such a friend to you in the future, perhaps she can be that friend again and get us answers to these questions.
What was her manner when you were making your arrangement with her, Hawk? Did she seem like she would be interested in a collaboration, or was she not?
It was hard to get a read on her in the first place. That's something you were much better at, admittedly. She was definitely in a hurry in all business, but I could tell that she was at least a little unsettled at the fact that I knew her name.
Now, that's somewhat of an advantage, isn't it?
I'm sure she's curious how I know it, so I think she does have some stakes in actually showing up.
I think that if we can get her to somehow tell us as much as we possibly want about the King of Cut Purses and his organization, all the better.
Maybe if we offer her a way out.
If she wants one.
If we can get her talking. I mean, she might be taking this meeting only to eliminate a potential future problem.
We'll see when we get there, I guess. I'll fight her if I must, but I hope I don't have to.
She just came in and she just stole a bunch of nonsense stuff. She didn't try and kill either of you proper. I mean, that's interesting. She didn't leave another warning sign. We didn't see anything stuck to the front of the door, did we, DM? No weird dead rattlesnakes inside the house.
Not this time around.
Well, perhaps we need to invest in some security around the house because apparently we can't guard our own house.
It's a little hard to do when we're away from it all the time.
At this point, Tobias speaks up and says, I think I will stay with Levy this evening just in case they are planning an attack. I don't feel
Good
comfortable leaving the house, leaving Levy without any sort of backup.
That is smart.
Sounds like a plan. I think the biggest thing we get out of this conversation with your friend Hawk is what exactly the terms of this arrangement that people make with the King of Cut Purses is, what it extends to. Because if we can figure out what its terms are, we can figure out how to cut it off.
Precisely my train of thought, yeah.
Exactly.
Who better to get someone out of a deal than a high fae? A master of deals.
He's not
Listen.
high right now. He was high last night.
Look, it's one thing to try and get someone out of a deal. It's another thing when people have already made the deals. Because then things start getting all wound up in thread and get trickier. Don't we know it?
Mm-hmm.
I imagine a deal of this nature is probably an easier one to break than one made under a Fey pact, though.
Well, certainly it might have some magical components, but would potentially be mostly largely just words, which are on the prime material plane a lot less binding.
Well, I think what will be the smartest plan is to have Hawk only arrive with one additional person. That way, she isn't scared off, but she is aware that he is not alone, at which point the remainder of the crew, who are much better at stealth, should be in the wings. At which point, since I am, as in Hawk, not particularly stealthy. It would probably make the most sense if I show up.
You can also send a message if we need backup.
I have access to sending, yes, and a variety of spells that I could prep for capturing her if need be.
How would you like to show up, Hawk, with a pack of 32 wolves?
I think that'd scare her off. Just a hunch.
I don't think I would like that.
Maybe we save that for the
32
interest
wolves, though.
maybe I think maybe we save that for the interest of Fiola's court.
Usurper to the throne, release wolves.
I can hear it now. Fiola, we've come for your throne with 32 wolves at our back. You're doomed.
Every one of them with pack tactics.
Maybe we buy 32 daggers too.
So that they can hold the daggers in their little mouths.
Listen, the only thing more threatening than a wolf is a wolf with a knife.
Imagine getting Julius Caesared by 32 wolves.
Okay, that's my status for today.
The Ides of you thought. Lish is like, well, I could be invisible and from a distance away and able to conjure if we need to conjure. Who has these cut purses? They are quite sneaky and can run and hide. Do we have fairy fire or some other way of keeping track?
I've got something similar, but it's sword based. But failing that, I do have ways to locate objects and people.
That's true. Once we know her face, it would be easier to scry and locate.
Technically speaking, I could probably cast it right now and find her if she was close enough.
Interesting.
I
do know her.
Yep. I could scry on her. I have before.
That's true.
We could see if we can't do a little digging before the meeting. See if there's any locations and lies to be found ahead of time.
Scout location, you're saying?
Meeting her? Hawk.
She said there's a shrine in the wild to the east.
The fields to the east.
Fields to the east, thank you.
Lots of farmland out there.
I can't imagine there's many other shrines out there, so it should be easy to find. I've flown over that stretch of land plenty of times before. I'll probably be able to find it. Bless you.
I also have Glyph of Warding. So if there's a spell that we want to be able to trigger on a command word, and
we could head to the site in advance and set up 32 wolves on a word.
Mm-hmm.
We'll cast flying on 32 wolves and have them linger in the trees in like a big circle, so she can't just come through the trees and snipe us.
But there's probably something a little more useful that we could use.
I don't know what could be more useful than 32 wolves.
You drive a very
sound like very helpful.
Except maybe 32 giant owls.
You drive a very, very hard bargain for Vane.
Oh, I do have access to fairy fire.
Ooh, perfect.
I can create a wall of fire or ice.
Cut off their escape.
Oh. Glyph of Warding's expensive as hell.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
A lot of the spells that are like a lot more permanent, let's say, typically cost like a hefty sum in material components.
Too bad alarm is kind of a small perimeter spell.
Yeah. I mean, it'd still be useful to set up somewhere. A glyph of some kind of like ward or glyph would be very helpful for our entryway, honestly. I think I was gonna have Zoda pick that up at some level and like charge you guys to put it up or something. I don't remember.
Oh, I have it. So the question is, what spell?
I mean, it has to be a spell that you know, right?
Yeah. What the fuck does Magic Circle do?
Oh, I know that one. It's the same kind of thing that they used to trap that one demon in a hag's stump. It's basically Assault Circle.
Hmm.
I also think perhaps we should look into other ways of protecting the house with magic. It's not
We know
really
wizards. They're sure to have some ideas.
some kind of alarm at every door or some kind of warding or something. We can't just have people wandering in and out of our house, can we?
Locks only
Wait, when
keep
did
out
I get
honest people,
tongues?
so definitely get
And
something
we
for the
had
windows as
more
well.
than enough warning on this one. We really should have. I don't have any sort of magic like that, but we, looking at the cleric who has the warning spells, and at Hawk, who let the thief in, should really figure out some way of protecting the house.
Like I said, we've got plenty of wizard friends. They're sure to have some ideas.
I mean, granted that Esme is quite the guardian of the house. We'll never downplay her great attention and
We're just lucky she noticed.
Extremely lucky, yeah.
We need a way for her to contact us outside of the house.
That could be useful.
So, what's the plan, you guys?
Good question.
what do you think?
I
Hawk?
know.
This is
I
your
know-
gambit.
Yeah. Lish said something about digging for something. I still don't know what exactly you meant by that.
We were gonna scry and see what she was up to.
Ah,
I'll use my scry and orb.
All right. What's
uh,
the save on that again?
I think the orb's DC. Let's see. 'Cause
I
it's
can
not
I can
my
give you the
spell.
bracelet again to raise the DC.
What bracelet?
You want
The bracelet
Oh.
that Rosania specifically made for him before she disappeared.
Oh yes, that would be great.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll let you borrow that.
Well, that gets into the philosophy question. Are you the same person as you were 10 years ago?
I mean, I think it worked the first time. I'm not sure.
I don't think magic has any kind of medicine.
Yeah, I know. I'm just fucking with you.
When
It's
the
a good
spell
question.
is like, did you know that your cells change over entirely after 7 years?
Oh, I wasn't even thinking of spells.
Theseus.
I was thinking, like, emotionally.
That's fair.
Either way, spellcasters are like, fuck.
Like, am I the same person as I was at 15? Probably not.
Oh no.
okay, so one day I will figure out how scry saves work, but I think that the DC is 26 for her because I'm familiar, I know the target, and I have a possession.
You know the target
of her. I guess maybe not. Then I guess it would it okay. DM question. Would it be secondhand at this point or firsthand knowledge of her?
Secondhand. You have yet to see her in person.
Okay, then in that case, it should be 20.
Okay.
Well, that's another upside to actually having the meeting. Demir can see her face.
And it's a wisdom save?
Yes, with
Got a 16, so that's a fail. All right.
This meeting is at night, correct?
She is intending to meet you at the shrine at night, as far as you know.
I was more asking Hawk because Falk is now a night bird.
Sorry, what are you asking?
Oh, the meeting's at night.
The meeting is at night.
Okay.
Start by a breakfast call, so you guys might need to.
Demir, you look into the sky orb, and you can see the same elf that you saw very briefly once before. She's a wood elf. Her strawberry blonde hair is a little longer than when you last saw it. She is wearing rather nondescript clothing, but you can. I'll tell you what, roll a perception check.
perception, that is a 16.
16. You can see that she is wearing some sort of leather armor that seems to have sylvan designs along it. Her bow is, it looks like it was carved directly from a tree. And there's something interesting about her boots as well that you can't quite place your finger on. But she seems to be wrapping up a conversation with a kind of rough-looking human man. The human's got kind of like olive skin and dark hair, and he's got like a few scars on his face. And she is saying to him, that is all. And he responds, well, suppose that we'll have to keep an eye out for those young ones. Meantime, you're dismissed. She nods to him, starts walking away, and you can see that they seem to be in a tunnel of some sort. It's dark in there. There's masonry along the walls. It's like so clearly humanoid built. And she heads to a larger room that is filled with various bunk beds. And she sits on one of the bottom bunks that's empty. It seems to be very random which one she is choosing to sit upon. And she is taking inventory of her possessions. You can see that she's thinking about something.
Well, I have 10 minutes of scry, so is she just sitting on, for those 10 minutes, is she just sitting on the bed, like, doing her inventory, or does she get up, or?
Well, it took
I'm
about
gonna
5
watch her
minutes
for the whole.
to finish the conversation with the guy and then walk to the room. But then she, as I said, she's sitting on the bed and she's thinking.
Fair enough. Uh, okay.
You can roll an insight check if you want.
Yeah, I will. Oh my god, I am rolling like shit. That's. I think that's just a 10.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I'm a warlock. Okay, that's a 14.
Okay. All right. You get the impression just on how she's sitting and the way her brow is furrowed that she did not mention this meeting potentially to her boss.
Okay. Well, that's good. All right. Honestly, when the scry goes off for Zania, I want to try and scry on her boss. I got
Okay.
to look at him. I think it would just be a 17 for him, though.
Okay.
I don't have, I have second hand.
This could be big, though.
Yeah, actually, he might have a slightly lower DC. Let me see. I think his DC is 14 then. Because
Okay.
I've seen a likeness of him, but I haven't met him. So scry saves are difficult to figure out.
Okay. Let me grab his stat block just a sec.
Sorry.
Okay. Just a second. Thank you for being patient. Okay. It's still a wisdom, I assume.
Yep, still wisdom.
That is a failure. So you can see him sitting at a desk, balancing some books. He is marking things down, sorting gold, counting things, doing math.
Can I see what the books say?
Perception check.
Oop, got caught. Okay, that's perception. That's a 16 again. I rolled the exact same thing.
Okay. It looks like a standard ledger, honestly. Like, he is taking note of some of the things that are coming into his branch of the organization and the things that are being sent to Apotek.
Okay, I guess I'm just curious how much gold is moving back and forth.
A lot.
A lot. Okay, that's what
a pretty good organization got going there.
Yeah. All right.
How quickly is he doing the math?
Yeah. How quickly is he mathing?
He's like, are you trying to get a read on how intelligent this guy is?
Exactly.
Roll an insight check.
Okay. Oh, grade 9. 13.
He seems to be doing pretty good. This guy's not. King of Cut Purses did not put a man that does not know how to do math on his ledger.
I mean, you never know, really. Who needs math skills? All they need to know is which number to move. Right. And I can't get any, like, read, aside from their underground, there's no, like, identifying architecture in his office or anything, no windows or anything.
It's almost like it was built to be deliberately confusing to people that aren't familiar with it.
Probably. Makes sense. All right. I will after my 10 minutes of scry drops, I'll tell everyone what I saw. Doesn't seem as if she has communicated to her bosses about our meeting yet. So we might be in some luck. But they're a pretty successful operation, it seems. If their books are anything to go off of. Oh no. Oh no, Avery!
Uh-oh.
You Eldar!
Oh no! What happens when the D&D party kills the DM? Like...
Oh my god.
One of us takes the hat, I guess.
Okay. Rochambeau for who DMs from now on.
Well, I don't have anything prepped for Wild Roses, but
I don't think we want Demir in charge of
no.
I mean, I'd be a fun DM. I'd love it.
Yes, you are a fun DM.
DM Demir becomes full archfey. Have fun, y'all. Roll initiative.
No. Well, I don't have anything clever to fill the silence with. Anybody got anything?
Just vibes. Just vibes.
Yeah. Demir casts ice ball at everyone.
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
Etc., etc. Nah, I don't know. I don't have a lot of like holding people spells. It's mostly disruption once I get in there.
I have a few.
Create a fog cloud.
I've got my fog egg. We can make it even harder for us to find her. As if it's not going to be hard enough already to track this lady down.
Well, my big plan is to have my Peerless Athlete up and to make fucking give her a bear hug.
Why though?
Because that is
Rock will just be so happy to see her.
well, no, that's the highest save DC I can muster for holding a person. Is holding a person.
Wow.
Wow. The strength of Valkyria's hugs are unparalleled.
That is, if you can even get close enough to grab her, though. Her dex score to evade a grapple is probably pretty high.
Yeah, she is probably a rogue of some sort.
Arcane Archer.
With probably some levels in rogue. Is what I'm guessing, at least.
No, I mean, her stats at least probably sway towards dex, if I had to guess.
Yeah. I mean, archery is a dex based. Yeah. I don't know. I could drop a ball of Fey mischief on her ass. See what happens.
Or, you know, the tried, tested, and true 32 wolves.
Yeah, you can't move because you're literally.
The problem is with 32 wolves. I think it's a great plan. I think we should just summon 32 wolves and 64 berserkers onto the field.
Well,
Avery
no.
won't have any trouble with that.
No, the thing is, with 32 wolves, we could literally create like a 2-wolf thick ring around her. So she would have to be triggering opportunity attacks to escape.
And they all have pact active.
Yep.
I guess we can hold on to that as a strategy. If she starts, we just summon 32 wolves in 2 circles around her.
Well,
how long does that spell take to cast? Is it just an
They'll
action?
never expect the 32 wolves.
oh, so it is a strength check versus their dexterity, but I would have advantage. And would be stupid fast.
So we're going to go in and bear hug her, and if that doesn't work, woe be upon you, 32 wolves.
Yes, we're doing the. Your options are the easy way or the hard way. What is your preference? And let's just say the hard way is a little bitey. Yes, that way. Using all 2 of my brain cells this morning. But yeah, my spell save DC ain't all that great. And also, elves have bonuses. So I'm disinclined to use spells to try to hold her.
I can make her charm roll a straight roll. If you
Yeah,
need to.
my save is still not all that great for using spells because I'm a caster secondary. But it's ultimately the plan is to have plans within plans within plans.
I also do have like
Hey, she's back.
Earthbound and hello, you're on mute.
All right, that was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, what's new?
Okay. Hold on.
What were we doing?
Well, I was getting the music all set up. Does anyone know if it's still recording? Okay, still recording. So we've got that going for us. Demir was scrying on the checks and balances, dude. Did you have any other questions? I got cut off when you were asking if like there's any discernible features in the background, and I was saying that the area seems to be built to be deliberately confusing.
And then I believe we made a sarcastic joke in regards to such.
Yeah. Okay, I think Demir didn't have any other questions. She was just
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right. So you guys were planning some more.
Yeah. Wait a second. So the Lish method of capture is either, isn't there like a viney grabby spell, or are we just gonna surround her with wolves?
I mean, there's like a half a dozen ways that I could do it. I mean, I've got 1,000 wolves or owls that I could sick on her, or I could dimension phase step my way close to her and try and like either grapple or do a touch spell, or I could polymorph myself, or I could polymorph her, or we could do some kind of earthbind / vine spell attack. So we've got options.
And Demir options are murder. Does Aaron have any good options for capturing a person besides, bear hug?
Not besides bear hug. No, he has bear traps.
I
I
was
mean, we
gonna
can stage an area, but that's less of a on the fly type thing.
Yeah.
We just hang a bunch of bear traps from all the trees around the area just in case.
Intimidation.
So, if she brushes by it, she rattles.
But yeah, so the three of you is going to be in a close by tree or what have you, being invisible. And me and Hawk are going to be waiting. And the plan is go in peaceful. And then if she's being difficult, bear hug. And if she's being even more difficult, we have spell options.
Like the plan to me. Very well timed recap, by the way.
Also, so if I'm going with Demeter, I can just use sending to contact her, but she should have a way to contact us as well if we're theoretically trying to get her out of Dodge. Right?
Demir or someone else?
Rosany.
Rosa.
Rosany.
You could just say Rosa.
Rosie, the Riveter. Of course, we could always get like a sending stone to her or something later if she's being amiable.
I'm hoping that we
I
can figure
really
out
don't
something
like the
about that.
DM smile there. That was a cat looking at a canary.
Nah, I just posted Rosa the Otter.
Yeah, I noticed that.
That's why I was smiling.
I'm guessing that's like an Oregon Zoo meme or something.
No, she was up until recently the world's oldest sea otter at the Monterey Bay Aquarium.
Oh.
Wait,
But anyway.
Where's the otter?
General
there
of
it is.
Discord. Yeah.
I was just seeing the heart. I'm just like, okay.
You had to wait a little bit.
No patience, only D&D.
Anyway, Avery looks like she's about to say something. I'm doing the point thing again.
Oh, me, Avery.
Yeah.
No, I don't have anything. I just
You were
Well,
like
I've got-
you
I've
were
got-
like postured like Demir was about to give a queen's address or something.
Oh no, I'm just doing something very stupid.
Fair enough.
What I have walls, and I have like a lot of stuff that can disrupt once we get into there. So if we need to prevent her from running away, I can potentially put up a wall of ice, wind, or fire to
That would be helpful.
stop that. Yeah.
I mean, if we all lay eyes on her and she doesn't have any kind of anti-scry thing on her, it will not be hard for us to be able to track her down again, I think. So, I mean,
Yes. And the
Lord
goal
knows.
of this is to remain amiable.
we
But
can
if someone
wait
decides to
there.
be difficult, someone decides to be difficult.
Imagine us just whispering sendings in her ears at all manner of the times after we see her, just like,
Hey there, little lady, let me whisper in your ear. Let me tell you something you might like to hear. Anyway.
Hippopotamus.
Anyway,
Anyway. We need to get like a shirt with that printed on it. Maybe one of these days when you're playing TKO, who knows? Anyway.
so it sounds like the plan was Hawk is going to go to the shrine with one other person
Valkyria specifically.
visible,
Yeah.
probably Valk, and everyone else is going to be invisible.
Yes.
Invisible or polymorphed? I think a mixture of both.
Okay.
But feel free to correct me on that, because I wasn't physically here for the entirety of the plan making, I think.
I mean, I could be.
Well, you didn't miss much because my Wi-Fi went out and we had.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Certainly have me be wild shaped, but then I wouldn't be able to cast spells.
Yeah, the question of that is just like, do we have enough people who can maintain invisibility for everyone else to be invisible? Because like I don't know if the invisibility is concentration or not.
I think invisibility is concentration, but
If it's concentration, you can only hold it on one person at a time.
no, I
Greater
can cast it.
invisibility.
I can cast it at multiple people, so I can cast it
Okay, cool.
It's concentration up to an hour, so for 4 people can be invisible for an hour if I cast it.
We only need 3.
Perfect.
Okay.
I have an even better idea. We don't even need to be all like cautious about you guys hiding in the tree and are we going to be able to get the spell off in time without being noticed? I could just cast Leomund's tiny hut and we can hang there and y'all can cast invisibility while you're inside it, and then when I leave the hut disappears and you're all just invisible right there.
I mean, I don't think we need to maybe overcomplicate it. I think just having Hawk and Valk stand there while everyone is invisible, either nearby or in the trees, is probably pretty simple enough, straightforward enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm fine time skipping to the evening. What about y'all?
Do we have any plans for the interim? Any roasts we need to do, perhaps?
Alicia's gonna check up on his plants and make sure nothing got stolen. I don't imagine she'd have any interest in bushes, but
Not really.
Also, I imagine the smut's okay.
One of them was taken.
but was ravaged.
Here's the real question. Was it expensive enough to actually loot, or did Rosania just take that for herself?
Never know.
Was it Tusk
We'll never
Love,
know.
Sleepless with the Fae Folk, Joy Tethered, or unprecedented implications?
She took Tusk Glove.
She already read that, so she's not as upset about it.
Now I'm just also imagining the boss guy looking over the loot and just like picking that up and going like, what the fuck?
Oh, and did she scrape the gold off of the floor from when Valk was crying?
She didn't bother. She was more about getting in and out quickly, 5-minute coding adventure. So like,
Valid.
Very valid.
I think Aaron's Great Axe of Warning was probably out.
all right.
Is that the family axe or is it a normal one?
It's not the family axe.
It's not the family axe. Okay,
Thank
good.
Freaking God. If we had to go on another adventure to
I
get
mean, we're gonna be. I mean, Hawk wants to track down the king anyway, so we would see it again, but it'd be a while.
You could send the pixies to go get the axe back again.
Again. Oh, that's a good idea, actually. We could have Bright Mellow and gang go on like a mini Mission Impossible to get Demir's teacups back.
Side quest.
Dun,
Side
dun,
quest.
dun,
Side
dun, dun,
quest.
dun.
Side quest.
Wait a second. What's the range on locate object?
The
I
pixies
feel like the
level-
Pixies
pretty-
are in a very different genre of story than the rest
yeah,
of
no.
us. Like
Oh,
the
no,
Pixies are
totally.
having
1,000
Uh,
feet.
Yeah, it's decent, but like, you know. Oh, we're here. I had to fight the instinct to immediately call that a shrine to Talos.
I mean, it can be.
I
No,
don't think you should
the shrine
canonize
is,
Talos
like,
in your homebrew canon. That's not a
No.
good idea.
We don't need Heimsker.
We don't need Heimsker. We really
but-
don't need Heimsker.
Yeah, but yeah, the shrine is very worn. Actually, the picture that I found is more detailed than it actually is because it's old, it's stone, it's rough edges have been made smooth over time.
Is Volk able to identify what god?
Roll a history check.
History, not religion?
Yes.
Ooh. Oh, that means it's probably like a local figure and not like a god or something.
9.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Looks elvish.
Woo! I know nothing, Jon Snow.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys can arrange yourselves as you see fit.
Should probably have a visible group and invisible group.
I mean, Lish should be down to stand close to you guys if needed, so.
Okay, just teleporting into the man's armpit.
Honestly, I think she's probably on the statue.
Well, if she's up there, Hawk's probably close by.
Because she is bird. She wants height.
The
So,
power pose.
like, maybe you pick a tree to post up in for Invis Gang.
That's up to the Invis gang.
It is up to Invis Gang, but
We can put little eyes or whatever so we know that they're invisible.
there's also that there's like an actual sort of like cloaked figure icon.
Yeah,
you can
I was
use as
going
well.
to ask, is this a cliff or is it a pit? Like, can I
This-
get a high spot?
This is a cliff.
Ooh. Can I potentially get up of it?
Yeah, I mean, you can like walk around to the side and like.
that is
head out
true.
this way.
There is a path.
Yeah. Okay, I would like to. I'll go up and try and get a bird's eye view, a larger looky down.
Man,
See.
we're outbirding Volk today.
Yeah.
Don't be too far away, Lish warns.
I'm within 60 feet. I'm good.
All right.
Am I casting invisibility on everyone?
I think that
I
was the
want
plan.
to be invisible, but
Okay. I'm just making sure to mark off my spell slot. 'cause
well, I
only
don't know. Maybe I need to be there to help with negotiations because they went so well.
I mean, hopefully if things start out smooth and Hawk's like, do you mind if I call some friends to show up? And she's like, sure, then you can just all poof and like appear. Surprise! We were prepared if you were trying anything funny.
That'll make her trust us. I'm certain of it.
I mean, I could cast invisibility on myself and Aaron, and then Lish, you can either like wild shape or figure out your own way of being invisible if you
Yeah,
want.
maybe I think I should on the
Licious
secondest
decoy
of
Biog?
thought- the secondest of thoughts, I need to, I think, be visible.
Consider the following. Lish is a decoy Biog.
You've got two Biogs on both shoulders.
Teeny snow owl on Hawk's shoulder. Meanwhile, Biog is just like sort of peeks out once, like hoots in jealousy, and then disappears.
Imagine though, you got Biog on your shoulder, and then Biog's got another smaller owl on his shoulder.
It's
Ow.
owl
Ow.
all the way down.
We have the elf owl and the micro elf owl.
They probably make hummingbird size owls, I'm sure of it.
We have
I
the
mean,
elf
for that
owl
matter,
and
he
the
could
owl
just
who
be a
is an elf.
hummingbird. You've heard of the elf owl. This is the gnome owl.
Aaron, are you just hanging out on the path over there where you spawned in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, wait.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. Sorry, for my purposes, did I cast it on 3 people or 2 people?
You and Aaron.
So too.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Lish is being visible.
Yes, I think so, because negotiations might need some help, so might as well be upfront about it.
I've got good charisma, but not good wisdom, so.
I just was thinking about Vulcan Hawk's past negotiations.
That's fair.
and
They
a
don't exactly
worry-
have a storied history.
a
Of
feeling of concern
successful
fell over me.
No, that's totally warranted, and Hawk would agree in character, actually.
Yeah, but we also don't want to scare her off. I think just having the 2 of us and then having the other people join once she's amiable would be our best bet.
If things go south, Lish could always jump out of the tree as the hidden 33rd tree wolf and just like interject himself before things go too far
Both
south.
want to be invisible? I mean,
Or I could be
I mean, it's up to-
polymorphed
it's up to
into
you.
the
You-
familiar.
You both have really good points. So if Valkyria isn't like moving or anything, though, she should be able to remain invisible. If that's a
you can move
concern.
around. It's just if you don't attack, right? So
Yeah,
No,
the thing
problem
is like
is
she's loud.
I'm a
Oh.
paladin
Yeah.
in heavy plate.
Yeah.
So either we polymorph me or I just exist.
I mean, we could just stand behind Hawk like guards. I mean, like she, I believe, is probably aware of the people who have been living in the house. So it's
Honestly, I'd be surprised if she didn't expect Hawk to be accompanied by somebody.
But also the thought is we don't want to scare her off before we're even able to talk to her.
I'm very unassuming. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know.
I think
it'll be okay.
2 over 4 people is probably like 2 extras over 4 extras is probably preferred. So I think 2 is probably fine, but you know.
2 extra aside from Hawk, you mean?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I will be aloof up on the statue.
Yeah. You'll be a light.
Those of you that are invisible, I would love stealth checks.
Hey.
Oh, and I'll give Lish a bardic inspiration. Just like
What do you do to inspire him?
I give him a kiss.
Cheers.
Would we have expected
Invisible
anything less?
smooches.
My God, the scandal.
Wow, that die just like dropped. It didn't even roll. Wait, right, I have to roll with disadvantage.
You're not being
wait.
stealthy.
You're just kind of standing there.
Oh, the invisible people. Okay, I thought Avery said those who are visible, not. Okay.
The invisible people.
Thank you.
If
for
we're
further clarification.
invisible, do we have advantage or is it just a straight roll?
You have advantage.
Oh,
That's
good.
a
That's
natural 20 for a 22.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Kieran is
Sneak-
gone.
Sneaky
Twice!
beaky ASMR.
Nice.
He also went up into the tree, not for any reason. He just wants to be there.
Move.
Sometimes you just gotta have some tree time.
Hawk understands completely.
Okay. So as you
well, the 10.
Oh.
okay,
I am
Yeah.
invisible though.
you're invisible,
And further
you kind,
away.
You kind of take your seat on the edge of the cliff. You accidentally like kick some rocks off, but that's okay.
It's natural erosion. It's fine.
It's
Um,
fine.
So, time passes, the sun moves across the sky, begins to dip below the horizon as you all wait. Eventually, dusk turns into night, and those of you without dark vision have a difficult time seeing.
Oh, Hawk.
Because it
Have
is
dark vision.
it is dark now. Demir, get fucked, I guess.
Demir has goggles, right?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Demir's the only Hawk rather is the only person in this group who doesn't have dark vision or some sort of dark vision assistance.
Toby.
This
But Toby isn't with us today.
That's what I meant, yeah.
Yep.
You guys wait and make a show of being super casual while you're waiting. And eventually, not actually terribly far away from where Demir and Irin are, Rosania emerges. She has her bow and she's looking down at you all very skeptically.
Do we all catch sight of her?
Yeah, she's not making a point of hiding at the moment. She seems irritated that there are more of you than expected, but she also seems very confident in herself.
Lish just kind of gestures a hand in a wave. Hello.
Forgive me, I forgot to make sure that I wouldn't be ambushed, so I brought along a slight precaution. They won't lift a finger unless necessary.
Does nothing and just continues to watch you.
Will you not come down?
Why would I do that?
So we can talk without raising our voices at each other?
I can hear you just fine from where I am.
Very well. Surely you have a question or two for me.
You're the one that suggested this meeting.
Yes, but aren't you curious?
If you have nothing worthwhile to offer me, I'll be on my way.
You're not curious. You don't know. You don't want to know how I know your name.
She turns to leave.
Wait, no.
We have money.
We do have money.
Don't know if you heard about the giant dragon skull we were parading through town, but it did come with a pretty penny.
She stops and looks back at you guys. She's still holding her bow.
We're just looking for a little bit more information, if you're willing to provide.
What sort of information?
Well, about the children, of course. We want to know what kind of bargain they have struck, and what are the terms of their release. We're concerned for them, you understand.
Persuasion check with advantage.
Oh, roll high. Well, do I get double advantage with Bart? No.
No.
What is that persuaded? What does Bardic add? Avery?
You can roll 1d8 and add it to your thing.
14 plus 1d8. Let's see. Okay, so that's a 18.
18.
Yeah.
The children were generously taken in by the organization that I represent. They were in investment. We provide the children whatever they require. They do a little bit of work for us. Lately, they have not been holding up their end of the bargain.
How much work and for how long? What is in their contract?
Whatever work that is required of them. For how long? Until they cease being useful.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
It's a very simple contract.
And no one's ever bought their way out of it before.
No need to. The King of Cut Purses treats his people well and generously. Lish, I'd love for you to make an insight check.
21.
21. All right. Let me just give you a whisper.
This whisper is brought to you by Roll20.
Do you ever get hungry while waiting for a thief to show up? Thankfully, Factor is here.
D&D Beyond, everyone.
This whisper is brought to you by Among Us. One of these people without webcam is not who they seem to be.
This.
Amogus.
Mongus. Ooh la la.
Ooh. Juicy details.
Interesting. Lish will kind of note that and tilt his head and just say, "You've never seen anybody leave successfully?"
There are those that have tried, but they have always been quickly caught, and depending on the severity of their departure, they are either welcomed back on probation or they are killed. It's very simple. I argued in favor of being very generous towards these children. Thus, they simply have to give payment for now and then return back to work.
And if they don't?
If they don't, well then, they would be punished, as would I for advocating for them.
Well, we wouldn't want that, now would we?
I don't know what you want. I don't know who you are, other than the fact that you three, she kind of glances more or less in Damir's direction, doesn't know exactly where he's for, perhaps. Have welcomed 2 members of the King of Cut Purses into your home. That you leave for extended periods of time.
They're just children. We thought they needed help.
They did need help.
They did need help, and no longer. They are under our protection.
They certainly seemed like they could use a little bit more help than what your master was able to provide.
They were doing what they were told. What more, frankly, could they need? They have shelter, they have friends, they have a place to sleep, place to eat, reliable source of food at that, and they got to stick around each other rather than being separated.
Is that the same bargain that they've made with you?
I have my own bargain. And I am quite happy where I am.
For now.
To doubt.
Lish, could you repeat that, please?
I said press X to doubt. Lish kind of looks at her and like tilts his head like, sure, buddy.
Well, Valk actually just literally said out loud for now.
So, I have agreed to meet here. I have provided you with the information you asked for. What do you have for me to make this whole arrangement worthwhile?
We already promised gold, but how about knowledge of the future?
I could not care less for the future.
What's up? Sorry, what'd you say?
I could not care less about the future.
Your future?
My future is, as always, with the King of Cut Purses.
And what if we told you it was not?
And you would be liars.
Am I a liar?
Am I?
I'm certainly not.
Hawk, do you have anything to sway this young lady as far as our information about the future? Something only she would know, aside from her name.
Hawk will dig out the bracelet and start humming the first tune that she taught him.
Her eyes kind of narrow at you. You don't look the type to be from Lildorai.
It's because I'm not, but you were.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage, Hawk.
I need to remember the number. Load the sheet, please. Thank you. Persuasion. 21.
One. She kind of looks at you with narrowed eyes. And I have to ask, are you wearing your mask right now?
He is not, but he has it visible.
What sort of creature are you? I've
I'm
never
not
seen.
sure. Sorry, what was the second part?
I've never seen anything like you.
Neither had they. And you didn't the first time either. You surely noticed the unraveling, the rifts. And if you haven't noticed, perhaps you've heard of them. I am one such displacement. In that future, perhaps 6 or 7 years from now, I ran from home into the forests east of the Eilinian mountain range. And you found me.
He's watching and waiting.
That is how I know your name. Because we spent 5 years together. And that is why I'm here now, because those 5 years ended in a way that I wish to avoid.
Demir is going to, even though she's invisible, say, I think you should listen to him, little elf. Because Demir had reached out to her via the Scryorb before and had spoken to Rosania.
Is this a message or sending?
I don't think I can cast message without dropping my invisibility, right?
Nor can you cast sending. So
I'm just saying it out loud. She knows I'm there. She clocked me, so.
if this is as you say, and for some reason I end up leaving my home, why?
You never told me.
How did I get away then?
Same way you got away this afternoon. You just left. If you mean how you got into that forest, then, as I said, you never told me. I imagine if you broke your tenure with him, that you wanted to keep it quiet. Something I can't blame you for. Something I couldn't blame you for, I suppose. But if that really did happen, then eventually the past caught up. You had to leave, or you had to disappear. I still don't know what became of you.
And what we are offering is a different avenue. If you're so inclined.
It's an outlandish thing to offer, I know, but I do care about the mentor that I had for some odd 4 to 5 years.
Why should I depart the King of Cut Purses?
Why should you stay?
They provide me with food and shelter and a fair amount of gold to do with what I please.
But what you please is greatly restricted, isn't it? Cannot just do what you please. But wouldn't it be nice if you could?
I would like all 3 of you to make a persuasion check.
Which 3?
The 3 on the ground.
Cool.
16.
That's a 7, unfortunately.
Nat 1.
Oh my god.
We both rolled really low. I I got 4 on the rock, and I've only got a +3.
So 9.
16 though. It's not nothing.
No, it's not
Uh,
nothing.
She seems to be looking at you in a very calculating way. It seems like she's already dismissed Vulcan Hawk to an extent and Invisimir.
Vizimir.
She is watching you and thinking.
I would like to roll an insight check.
Yeah, what's she thinking?
Me too.
That would be 21.
I see this bitch eyeing up my hubby.
You just give him one of these.
That's just a 12 for me. I don't think it's
Well,
worth anything.
Demir, you can see that that she is thinking about something. Bulk, I'll give you the same thing I gave Lish.
Woo!
Lish will say, you know the King of Cup Purse's reach is limited. His sphere of influence may be somewhat wide in this area, but it is not worldwide. And perhaps with your help, we could even cut it to be even closer. We have killed a dragon after all, and the King of Cut Purses is not a dragon.
Actually, a couple dragons.
Well, if you want to be precise, then yes. But
Lish, another persuasion check with advantage, please.
that is a 24.
24. You can see her guard kind of drop just a fraction. And I have no desire to go up against the King of Cup Purses. I'm not as young as I once was.
We're not saying that you necessarily need to go up against him, but we might be able to use your knowledge, your insight, if you are amiable.
We are certainly motivated to help you.
I could be persuaded. Be persuaded to inform those I collaborate with that the children are dead. And if I have the coin for an exit,
What kind of coin would you believe would be enough for such a exit?
how much coin is usually necessary in faking your own death?
Not that much if you just get resurrected as another body, I suppose. What is that, 1,000 gold?
I know of the magic you're speaking of. I do not wish to partake in it.
Lish is like, yes, we'll be sure to note that down in case we find you, and we'll have your wishes known ahead of time. You care for these children. We care for these children. We want what is best for them. And I think that we all understand that they're too young to have known what kind of bargain they were getting into. Whatever we can do to release them of it, I think would be best for all of our consciences.
I believe that they are young, certainly. I also believe that I have better things to do than to shake down a couple of 13-year-olds.
Or go up to bat for them against your master on their behalf.
I have already spoken in favor of not having an example made of the two of them.
Exactly. Which is why I think that you do care for them. Why otherwise stick your neck out? Why bother? Look, I am not accusing you of soft-heartedness, believe me. I believe that you will be as cruel and calculating as you possibly can be in order to get what you need. But we have some gold. We can help you with an exit. We can support you in that. We are no friends of the King of Cutpurses. We can all agree on that. So, would you like to come down here and collaborate with us? You can stay up on the cliff face if you would like, but it is a bit of a range to speak this way.
Very well. And she moves and very gracefully gets down from the cliff. She's still a little reluctant to get closer to you guys, but she is on the ground now.
All right, well, out of character, like, what are we thinking? Out of character.
Well,
what is the next step here?
She's basically soft confirmed that, yeah, she has a way out, she'll take it.
How much money do we have that we can pool together to...
Well, I'm like way down after recompense for the theft that I allowed to happen. Let's see here.
We do have a location that would be very hard for individuals to get into and out of.
Yeah, we could send her through the Doom portal.
No, not death. No, there's a quarantine on another continent going on.
That is true.
That we have a way inside.
I do have a tree.
Also out of character, she does express that it will take time for her to make her exit gracefully and to ensure the safety of Echo and Egris.
Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't be so simple as like, all right, you're cool, let's just drop you off.
Well,
no,
my thought is that's the end goal after the setup's been done.
Yeah. So we can ask, what kind of ideas do you have as far as faking the kids' deaths? I mean, I assume that we would likely need to move them out of the city. We could have places I believe we can probably move them to.
Moving would probably be good for short term. I can also change the records of their recruitment as well as their descriptions. I would also recommend them getting their tattoos removed.
That can be arranged.
They aren't magical at all in origin. They're just tattoos.
I have access to magics that can fake someone's death for an hour if we time things properly. A reliable witness, one that doesn't have access to the ability to detect magic themselves.
It helps that my superiors really dealt with the children themselves. As for the tattoos, they do have some level of binding to them, but don't waste the more valuable resources on the lower ranked members. So it's much easier to get theirs removed than it would be, say, to remove the tattoos of those within the inner circle.
And what is the exact mechanisms behind these tattoos?
Imagine a bit of dispel and then a bit of de-inking, right?
Well, no, I'm more asking, is there tracking on the tattoo, or is it just makes it harder to be removed?
It's more difficult to be removed, and can serve as tracking if necessary.
Does yours have tracking?
I think we might know the answer to that already. Yeah.
It does. So it would be a little bit more difficult to help you, though not impossible.
Well, if I were to have given it any thought, if it were possible to transfigure a corpse to look like me and then transfer the tattoo to its flesh and have it dragged out of a cave or a lake, would be a temporary measure, of course, but should provide enough time for me to gain a bit of distance.
Yes, why would they bother tracking your tattoo if they thought you were already dead?
And we generate enough corpses in our line of work.
The King of Cup Purses, I doubt I am I doubt that I am within his notice. It is more likely those that I worked with closely that you'd have to deal with.
Anyone that we should keep an eye out for? If we see them.
I was recruited by Ashalbar.
And who are they?
He is the one in charge of the King's Cut Purses in this area.
Demir. If we could get a description to see if he matches the one that you were monitoring earlier.
Oh, you mean the man with the long hair, gold braids, it seemed like. I'm going to give a rough description. Scars on his
Rosamia.
face.
Not. That's the one.
That man. I already have a pretty good picture of him. But who is to say that you are even trustworthy in this? You could just
Pay no
turn
heed to
around
Demir.
and-
She is slow to trust.
Are you still invisible, by the way?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm keeping my invisibility up.
Okay, she's slow to trust, Rosa. Yeah, I can tell.
You should have seen the shit she gave Hawk earlier for his bargain with you.
Sort of just
Sorry,
audibly
I don't
sighs.
trust a thief who came in and robbed us.
We
Who
are
is
all-
after our children that are under our protection.
She is not. She's only beholden to the man who is.
in this
Rosamia just
are all
rolls her eyes.
aligned. Lish pipes up and this is like, we are all aligned in this. Let our grudges be bygones. He emphasizes towards Demir.
Pettiness aside, it was either robbery or the lives of those children you claim to want to protect. I feel like you got off pretty easy.
Let us assure you it would not have been the deaths of the children that would have been occurred. That aside, let us continue with plans, progress, a resolution. We can move the children wherever we need. We can get whatever bodies we need. We have the ability to. We have the ability to alter the bodies somewhat. We have illusion magic that we can use.
Replicating that tattoo will be a little difficult, I think, because they'll probably look for the magic associated with it.
I thought we were transferring the tattoo.
I don't know what magic is involved in doing that. Perhaps Eitri would know.
Eitri or one of our other wizarding allies, perhaps Zoda.
Mm-hmm.
Her magic tend to break the rules a little bit more.
How can we get in touch with you if we need to? Aside from sending and scrying.
I have access to scrolls of sending. If you'd prefer other means, I can do some research. There are couriers around. After all, some are in the pocket of the King of Cup purses, some are boring.
Yes, I don't think any couriers, but perhaps a scroll drop site to pass messages off if we need.
We're overcomplicating
Such
this.
as a dead drop.
Yes.
I think we could procure a sending stone for this endeavor. Would remove potential links that could be misconstrued. And I'm sure that would be a pretty solid sign of our investment in this endeavor.
That suits you. If you are confident that a sending stone would not be thought or raise alarms.
I do not have access to sending stone now. I will return to the shrine tomorrow night and locate one of the stones. Should you drop it off here?
Well, since I've met you, I can inform you of its precise location.
It will take perhaps a week or two for me to alter the records of the children and to bribe those that have worked with them to forget that the children even existed.
How much do you expect those bribes to cost?
I work with thieves quite a bit. How much are you willing to spend?
Okay, finance talk, guys. I'm willing to put money towards this. Since we're helping the children, I think a portion could come out of the party gold. And Hawk, this is your person. So what do you got to throw into the pot?
Unfortunately, I'm a little broke after covering my mistake.
Lish'll ask her, well, what could you make happen with 2,000 gold?
You low-level folks being willing to turn a blind eye.
I've got about 278 gold pieces worth on me now. A little
Well,
more if
I
you count
can
platinum.
provide 1,000 of that gold. And if there's any higher up people, they've certainly earned their fates that we can speed along if need be.
How do we know she won't just take the gold and run?
Well, she wouldn't be running for very long.
Besides,
Since you've seen me now, you should be able to locate me fairly quickly.
I already did.
Besides, she's getting what she wants out of this.
We'll help.
Is it really what she wants, though? What do you want, Rosany, in your words? We've told you what we can offer you. We've offered you all sorts of things, but you haven't spoken for your own desires, have you?
Persuasion check.
Right. Well, fuck's sake. That's 21, which is very bad for me.
Yes, 21. Very bad.
Oh man,
Oh
absolutely
no,
awful.
what are you gonna do?
That's such a
I
small
have a
number
plus
in this
11 to
game.
persuasion, guys.
Oh no.
Oh no, a 10. How perfectly median. How will you ever survive?
I would like to leave. I am done here.
That is fair.
Where do you plan to go afterwards?
Elsewhere. According to this one, I apparently head for Island.
Island is a very beautiful country.
It's where I was born, but I have no desire to return there.
We could also coordinate a new life in, god damn it, what's the other continent's name again?
Which
Alprin.
one?
We could also coordinate a new life in Alprin if you want a snowier climate.
We do know some people that own a boat.
Perhaps. Point is, I'm done here. I'm finished. I would rather keep my coin for myself rather than have to give a cut to a faceless, greedy man somewhere in Apotex.
Speaking of a cut, speaking of things you've stolen, that axe that you procured from our manor, is that gone or is that something that we could get back in some way?
Well, it wasn't Aaron's family axe. Just out of
No,
character.
but wasn't it a nice axe? Did Aaron want that?
Nice
That has
axe.
already been given to the coffers, I'm afraid.
Where are those coffers located?
Now, if I said that, that would be an instant death.
I imagine we can reclaim the axe when we deal with the superior to confirm that. Well, wasn't that part of the plan, is to deal with the superior in the area?
Perhaps. Maybe it won't come to that, but
We'll figure something out, I'm sure.
Plan is, I need time, and I need gold.
well, we can get you 2,000 gold now, and then if you need further resources, we can certainly look at providing that. Will that get you on the ground floor?
It would certainly be a start.
Okay. And whatever kind of non-material resources we can provide, we have magic and connections. So, whatever you need.
Valk throws a coin pouch with 1,000 gold at Hawk for the transaction.
How much am I adding to this? Didn't catch.
Can we take some money from the party funds? I think we had around 5,000 or something in there.
I just padded it with 2,000 more, so.
Yeah, now that Hawk gave us back for the stolen goods, we have 5,000 gold pieces in the party
Okay, well, let's
fund.
just use Hawk's money that he put in the party fund and make it easy. The recompense circle.
Yeah, Demir will toss down 1,000 gold in a coin purse.
Am I just tossing this other 1,000 gold
Does
from Valk?
tossing a coin pouch count as an attack? Does that break my
No,
invisibility?
I'll say no, but
Cool.
I will also say that for about half the flight, the coin pouch is invisible. So
Oh, that's fun.
Just suddenly there is a coin pouch hurling towards Hawk's
Think
head.
fast, Chuckle Nuts.
Why don't you dodge?
And we'll work towards getting a sending stone for further communication.
Yeah. So I'm coughing up 2,000, or am I coughing up a little more from what's left in my pockets?
Oh no, we've grabbed the 2,000. I imagine you're going to be in charge of buying the sending stone for communicating with your NPC.
Yeah.
Well, Valk would loan you money. You were nice enough to loan her.
I mean,
So-
she paid me back before already.
I know, but you see what I'm saying.
Yeah, fair.
You've established a
two-
positive line of credit.
Thank you, Aaron.
I
is there
will.
anything else you'd like to discuss in this meeting here?
She's going to change the records, and we're going to look at finding bodies, a way to move the tattoos around, and a alternative location to house the kids. Is that the plan as we see it?
Or having the kids be dead and the kill confirmed by someone who doesn't have access to magic detection that is to be trusted.
So just a body for Rosanea then.
Yes, since she has the higher level tattoo.
Sounds like a plan.
Do we need to move the kids while we scrub them from the records?
Perhaps
It
not
could be fine given this latest delivery.
All right. Thank you for hearing us out tonight. If you need anything from me, you are free to reach out. I doubt you will, but
He gives you a look that basically says, like, I don't trust you. But she's willing to take a leap of faith.
I suppose then our business is complete. Talk to you soon then, I suppose.
With that, she heads back into the tree.
Hulk sort of just like heaves a sigh of relief. Like turns to Lish and goes like, thank you so much.
Well, that went far better than with the dragon. So much better when the person can actually be reasoned with. My goodness.
Imagine that.
Imagine
a reasonable
that.
thief.
Someone who actually wants something and is willing to put their best foot forward to get it. I love that.
She's nothing like what I remember.
No. In what way is she different?
almost everything. The
Oh.
Rosania I knew when she was teaching me the ways of archery and the ways of the hunt was perfectly content to live off the land and was happy with whatever gold she was able to get at market for whatever she caught.
Time changes people.
I guess.
I hope she can find her way to being that way again.
Me too.
There's plenty of time.
Maybe she was conning you the entire time.
Demir.
What? I'm just saying a con woman's going to con woman.
Don't make me
Let's just,
take the
like,
bow back up.
Safe.
Lish puts his hands on his hips, looking at Demir. Like, does Demir drop her invisibility?
No.
He's like looking up towards like the cliff face with his hands on his hips. Like, are you trying to ruin my negotiations here?
No.
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 Oh god, Demir is such a pain in the ass, but we love her.
Lish is just like, he's shaking his head like, we're gonna have a talk tonight.
She's just the piece of like coarse sandpaper that the party needs.
Listen, this party is too nice and too goddamn trusting. We need someone to be a suspicious bitch out here.
I trust people to follow their purses, I suppose.
I trust people to follow their nature.
And your nature is to be a mistrusting bitch.
And yet
I'm
somehow
not denying that.
Lish like shakes his head. He's like, and somehow you still find a way to love and trust. How about that? Shall we away?
Yeah, we've spent enough time in an old shrine tonight.
Yeah, what is this shrine to? What is
I'm gonna roll history because if
Sure,
this
roll
is
history
elvish in
check.
nature, Hawk would probably know a little more about it.
Mm.
All right, flat 15.
15.
15.
This is a shrine or a monument to a long forgotten elvish general from the time before Thea had spread eastward and pushed the elves to islands.
Oh, it's a monument to the old Saiyan War. Back when the humans and elves are squabbling over territory.
Hmm.
This is one of their
Oh.
generals, I think.
Val pats the statue's head. Well, thank you for overlooking our dealing this evening.
That's a
I wonder
good-
if she chose this on
I'm
purpose.
just kidding. All
Wait,
right.
sorry, what?
I wonder if she chose this on purpose.
No, not you.
Oh.
What the DM said.
I said the statue gives you a thumbs up. I'm just
Wait, what? Weeping angel, weeping angel.
Anyway, so for the sake of time, you guys head back home for the evening.
Demir drops her invisibility and then like startles when she sees Aaron, like, oh my god, I forgot you were there.
Aaron is on a tree branch, just Cheshire catting directly at
Oh my
you.
god.
Glowy eyes and everything. Even his teeth are glowing.
Mm.
So, the rest of the night passes uneventfully. Your house seems a little more bare than you're used to, but worse things happened. So, to my knowledge, the plan is to go buy some sending stones, leave one at the old shrine, and then eat to the Shadowfell.
No, we were going
we do
to.
also have, you know, the Shadowfell and also the end of the world, and now we're involved with the King of Cutpurse deal, trying to get Rosamia fake body. What else are we adding to our plate?
Therapy.
For you specifically.
I made a therapist NPC specifically for Levy that Levy sees regularly. So,
Oh,
you know, I think she's like, hold on. Yeah, she's a cleric wizard multi-class.
oh, that's fun.
Anyway,
The stat requirements on that sound hellish, but that is very fun.
We were gonna go to the other city to spend money, but well, it looks like we just spent our money on
I
NPCs.
spent my money, most of it.
Oh, I can't afford the thing that I was hoping to find.
Oh,
Unless
sorry.
it's cheaper than I was anticipating. Oh
What
no,
are
you gotta
you
do what you
finding?
gotta do.
What are you trying to find?
An amulet of health,
Ooh.
which would solve one of my biggest issues as a character.
Your squishy body. You're
Yep.
deceptively soft. Yeah. Soft and downy.
all right. So first thing first,
She's like a
sending
crab.
stone.
She's got a hard shell, but she's soft and tender inside.
All right, who's paying for the sending stone? It is.
It's probably going to be
250
me. How
gold-
much is it again?
250 gold pieces.
250 gold pieces. I've got 200 gold worth of silver and more than 50 gold pieces.
There you go. Mark that off.
All right. I am down to 5 SP and I am down to 22 gold.
All right.
Damn.
And
My wallet
you
got
guys-
drained and not by magic items. Who'd have thunk?
You guys were going to go to Avatix now.
Hawk will do the drop off by himself. He can take Biog out to the field and just do the dead drop.
All right.
Valk was gonna do a
Oh,
sending
right.
to say specifically where it was at.
Yeah.
At the
He'll take you with him once you're ready.
Yeah, no,
Cool.
there's nothing extra that Valk is up to besides being a good friend.
Divine buddies, except not really because one of them isn't divine. Let's go.
Class buddies.
Class buddies.
All right. So you drop off the sending stone, and
Vladimir will spend whatever she needs to out of the party fund to replace the essentials that got stolen.
Like
So
the
like,
teacup.
yeah, the antique
Tea set.
teacups are probably gone. Probably
I mean-
also the candelabra collection is
I mean,
gone.
they were.
but-
It was never explicitly stated, but it is really funny. So, it's a good bit. So
But she's going to make sure that the house is not completely unkitted out.
okay. I'll say it's about 194 gold to get like some essentials rather than like the fancy shit that you had before.
Yeah, that's okay.
Um,
I mean,
Is Eitri going to come with you guys to Avatix?
Yes, because he's coming with to the Shadowfell.
Just making sure.
Lish is gonna spend some time while everybody's doing their other stuff. He's gonna spend a couple scries on Rosania, just kind of tracking her movements a little bit and seeing if he can't, through her actions, get a bit more faces in his head of her associates, as well as like see if he can't track down a bit more of a specific locations for people. He's looking for the coffers and he's looking for like the main hideout is kind of what he's trying to get a gauge on.
if Lish is sharing that activity that he's doing, Demir will also use her 3 scries a day to help.
You're not able to get a specific location on like where is there an entrance accessible anywhere?
Just, yeah, if he
But
even gives, like,
you're
an
able
area.
to see like more areas of the apparent hideout. Like there seems to be an eating area where you can you can at one point see Rosania chatting with someone about something in a hushed tone. You can also see her a few times in the in that rest area. You can also see her kind of poking around the area near the guy's desk.
Okay. Just keeping an eye.
All right. You guys head to Apotek. What are you guys looking for? Magic items.
How much would an amulet of health be?
8,000 gold pieces.
Damn.
Fuck.
It's a rare item.
That's fair. And I'm assuming the belt of dwarven kind is about the same. Because doesn't that do a con bonus as well?
That's about 6,000. Also, you would grow a beard.
Yeah.
And
On Valk, would it be a feather beard?
Oh, just increases by 2. So, no.
Let's see. There are lots of lovely scrolls available, including Scroll of Crusader's Mantle, Scroll of Druid Craft, Scroll of Eldritch Blast, Scroll of Featherfall, Scroll of Dust, Scroll of Liamon's Secret Chest, Scroll of Longstrider, Scroll of Mold Earth, Scroll of Path Without a Trace, Scroll of Phantasmal Force, and Scroll of Speak with Animals.
Pass Without a Trace might be very useful.
Yes.
That one's 240 gold pieces.
I'm willing to take that out of party funds if there's no one specifically that wants it.
Then in terms of actual items, there's a +1 blowgun, a bowl of commanding water elementals, 9 live stealer short sword, a singular potion of greater healing, ring of animal influence, ring of free action, and rod of security, and then scale mail of lightning resistance.
Rod of security?
90,000 gold pieces.
Jesus.
But the Rod of Security, while holding this rod, you can use an action to activate it. The rod instantly teleports you and up to 199 other willing creatures you can see to a paradise that exists in an extraplanar space. You choose the form that the paradise takes. It could be a tranquil garden, a lovely glade, cheery tavern, immense palace, tropical island, fantastic carnival, or whatever else you can imagine. Regardless of its nature, the paradise contains enough water and food to sustain its visitors. Everything else that can be interacted with in the extraplanar space exists only there. For example, a flower picked from the garden in the paradise disappears if it's taken outside the extraplanar space.
I send Bright Mellow to go get that.
Hello?
Holy shit, that's a really good item.
Really sexy.
Yeah.
I didn't even read the whole description.
That's literally like a save an entire town kind of magic item.
Yeah, I mean,
again,
if the world is ending and we need to get our loved ones out of here in case we fuck it up.
90,000 gold pieces.
90,000 gold. They're really like fleecing us on this with the end of the world on our doorstep and everything.
How good
probably
does
also
this
actually
security
cost that
seem to
much.
be?
Damn, that's crazy.
What was that one ring that you said right next to the Staff of Security, Rod of Security?
Free movement or animal friendship?
Free
There's
move,
a ring of animal influence and a ring of free action.
free action. Yeah, what's that one?
The ring of free action, difficult terrain doesn't cost you extra movement. In addition, magic can neither reduce your speed nor cause you to be paralyzed or restrained.
Mm.
And that one is 20,000 gold pieces.
Look, I think we need to do a heist.
You guys just
Yeah.
keep spending money on shit. You don't end up saving up for anything.
Well,
I mean, I
part of
tried
the
to save up for
problem
something
is-
and then robbery.
I mean,
yeah.
I
Also,
have-
the dragon destroyed all their gold.
we have not gotten anything near to 90,000
Yeah,
gold.
no,
Don't
not even collectively.
don't tell me that it's reachable. I don't think we've gotten that much money in all of our loot.
On the topic of a heist, though, technically speaking, we could use locate object to locate Aaron's axe and then break in.
We would have to get within 1,000 meters for it.
Yeah.
But if Lish kind
If
of
we-
knows where the coffer is,
If we can figure out where they actually keep it, like within that radius, it's
Mhm.
doable. Assuming they don't have
Honest-
it blocked off with lead, which they probably do.
Here's the
Yeah, I
thing.
mean, like, I was going to say, like, we could just walk around, like, Royus casting that spell and see if we hit anything, but
Here's the
Hmm.
thing, though.
Look,
they
I'm-
would probably
I'm
have
just saying. I'm just saying.
magically enforced it.
If you wait until the axe is sent to the king coffers here in Avatix,
That is true.
might be bigger fish to catch. But I don't want to tell you how to live your life.
I mean, that is a
yeah,
good
but we're
point.
planning on murdering him anyway, so
I mean, Hawk wants to do something about him for sure. It'll probably be temporary, but
no. If
Uh,
Hawk's
no.
helping, she's going for a permanent
oh
solution.
no, well no, you see, power vacuums are a thing.
I mean, we could install Rosania.
Or Hawk.
Oh my
Fulfill the
god!
Sims
Post-campaign
crime lord
Hawk
prophecy.
is a war criminal, or not war criminal,
Not a war criminal,
a
it's a
crime
regular
lord.
criminal.
Surprise, Paladin, you are now a crime lord.
You follow the rules, or
I have
else.
I have a new oath. It's more money.
Anyway,
I would
Uh,
like to buy some heavy chains.
okay, like magical or
Oh,
not?
I know what you're doing.
Oh, to make oversized bolas.
So non-magical.
Yes.
You can get 10 feet of chains for about 5 gold pieces.
Oh, hell yeah.
Also, if anyone wanted to snag that potion of greater healing I mentioned, that's 150.
So I would like 2 lengths of 10.
Okay, the scroll of pass without a trace was 240 something.
240.
240. I'm going to
How
pick that up for the out of the party funds. Does that sparkle with all the girls?
If you
Yeah.
want to, I do have that spell though as well.
I mean, it might just be helpful to have a scroll.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to get a scroll?
It's not that expensive. I mean,
Scroll's good.
Okay.
And-
And then do we also want to pick up the healing potion out of the party funds?
Yeah.
mhm.
Okay. So I will subtract that.
All right.
And that's a greater healing?
Yes.
Alrighty. We have too much math. Okay, so we have 2 greater healing potions now, 1 regular healing potion, and 1 supreme healing potion in the party funds. So we should probably distribute those before we go into the Shadowfell.
I do have 3 average potions of healing on me, but I do also have the funny walking health bank that is lay on hands, so I probably don't need to be bolstered that much.
I have a healing potion, 7 deader healing potions, and am a cleric, paladin, and an Azamar.
Potions are handy. Good to just have on hand. Then maybe we stick it in my bag of holding, or does Demi want to hold on to it?
Bag of holding's probably a good idea, so that they don't get like shattered if we take a hard hit or something. Not that that'll happen often, but
Yeah, let's put him in the bag of healing, but I think I'm going to hold on to one of the greater healings potions, if that's okay.
it's a good idea to keep at least one or two on you, I would say.
What are you giving me so I can write it down?
So you get one regular healing potion, one greater healing potion, and one supreme healing potion.
One regular, one. What is the second one?
Greater and one supreme.
And 3 debtors.
And a supreme.
And 3 debtors.
What is that? What does that mean?
The regular healing potions, but then you lose the health that you've healed after, I can't remember what period of time.
Oh yeah, the experimental ones.
So good in a pinch, but
You're giving those to me? Okay.
some of them,
3 of them.
yes. Volk has 4 more for whatever reason.
Okay. I will put
Well,
it
you
in.
did find the cabinet where the archmages keep.
Okay, I have them saved.
Don't go.
Is there anything anyone else would like to do?
Get more money.
All right,
No, we
so
can't do
we're
that
gonna rob the
immediately.
bank before we go to the Shadowfell.
Gonna get some cred with the King of Cut purses. How it goes. I just dropped something. Oops.
Good money if you can get it.
Maybe a different campaign. Different set of characters.
Do we want do you think we should get any like necromantic protection, anything for the Shadowfell that we're going into?
We do have 2 characters that pack that by default. More would be a good idea, but I don't
Do
know
we
if
want
that's
like
something we can secure.
Holy water.
Holy
Is there
water
a
would be-
vampire
Hold on, I can make my own
hunting
holy
kit?
water.
You can actually make your own holy water, yeah. It does still cost money, I think, but
Yeah, but it's cheaper to make it yourself
Hmm.
than to buy.
look that up.
Okay.
Get
You
the
to buy
material
it,
list.
you get a flask for 25 gold pieces.
That's literally the same amount. Wait, how much? How many does it make?
I think it's just 1 vial. Either way, definitely get the materials. And get
The
some.
ritual takes 1 hour to perform, uses 25 gold pieces worth of powdered silver, and the caster to expand a first level spell slot. How much water does that make?
If
They
it doesn't
probably
specify,
about
it's probably 1.
That's weird. It's not cheaper to do it yourself. Or we could powder our own silver,
Well, where are we gonna get the silver from?
buy an ingot of silver, and then
Okay, fair
powder it.
How?
I don't
Does
know.
anyone know how to powder silver?
Maybe we should just buy some
Maybe
we should
holy
get some.
water that is pre-prepared and not waste all the time and spells.
It's not a bad idea to buy some holy water.
All right. So, however many you like, 25 gold pieces each.
I would say at least 1 per person in the party would be smart.
So we should
7.
do 7, yeah.
Do we want that out of the party funds?
Yeah, that makes the most sense.
Oh, wait, no, wouldn't it be 6? Because we're just missing Toby.
Toby's coming with.
Yeah.
Yeah, Toby's coming with us.
Yeah, so we're just missing Toby. There's 5 people here, plus Toby.
Eitri.
E-tree, right. Okay,
Mm.
good point.
So, I'm going to get 7 of those. Everyone can add a holy potion, holy water.
How do you get the holes in the water?
Very carefully.
gun.
God.
May as well. I mean, I don't know why not.
All right.
I'm just imagining like a mini scene of like Vulcan, like, how do you get the holes in the holy water? And then Aaron just scream, gun, and then just like starts shooting it.
Which is even better because we have guns.
Anyway, anything else you'd like to complete before going to the Shadowfell?
It looks to be end of session, so we could.
I'm trying to get people to say that they're done so that I can end with going to the Shadowfell.
Well, we could begin with going to the Shadowfell.
I don't have anything else to do, so.
Yeah.
All right.
We could also retcon if Tobias needs anything. Sorry, shutting up.
Thank you. And so with that, Lish, you using the tuning fork that you stole from Septimus, teleport across planes for the first time in a while. You all find yourselves in the Shadowfell. That is where we will pick up next time. Lars.
Sorry.
All right.
Thank you for setting up this intriguing freaking situation that we found ourselves in, and I wish I handled it a little better, but oh well. It's more interesting that I didn't.
We've all made mistakes.
We've made
Commander
choices
Stone.
before.
What?
I mean, she did shoot an arrow at your head, so.
Yeah,
A warning shot.
it was a warning shot, but it was sort of just like I thought about it, but then it was like, no, she's probably not looking for just money if she's looking for the kid's thing, right?
I mean,
And then no, she was absolutely just looking for money.
when your ex-babysitter shows up and startles you, then.
Anyway, thanks for playing, guys.
GG.
Thank you.
Thank you for DMing. As
GG,
always.
GG.
Stop the recording. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.